Today we are going to USJ, Universal Studio in Osaka, Japan. Before we start, the best way to support us is to subscribe to our channel and give us a like. Thank you! As you can see, Mario Brothers are being featured this season. So we're gonna give you some tips on how to maximize your joy at USJ. Number 1 is super obvious. Don't go on the weekend, public holiday, or golden week. Go on weekdays because there are less people and it's cheaper. Number 2, another obvious one. Buy your tickets online beforehand so you don't have to wait in line to buy your tickets on site. Number 3, go half an hour or 45 minutes earlier than its opening time. Despite the fact that it says it opens at 9 a.m., sometimes it opens an hour or half an hour early, especially on the weekend. Even if it doesn't, you only have to wait about half an hour, which is not too bad. Sometimes they do offer a 15-minute early pass, but we don't think it's worth it. It's time to go in! Last time I was here was about a decade ago. Now it looks almost unrecognizable, which is great. That means they always have a lot of new attractions. And Japanese people love to go to theme parks, so they have to keep them entertained by having new stuff all the time. Back to my list. Number 4 is go to your favorite or the most popular or seasonal attraction first, because you probably have to wait for them the longest. There are less people in the morning, so it's a difference of waiting for 15 minutes versus 2 hours if you go later. So we decided to go to the most popular attraction of the moment, which is the Super Nintendo World. Mario Brothers Kart. That was pretty fun, but a little bit dizzy. I'm glad we went there first. We only had to wait for about 15 minutes. Otherwise, we had to wait for at least an hour. And then we went to Yoshi's Adventure right next to it. It was a very colorful, scenic ride. Naturally, there's an explosion of merchandise everywhere. The Super Nintendo World is currently the it place to go. Say hello to Mario Brothers, Peach, and other characters from the Mushroom Kingdom. So the current hottest seasonal rides that started on March 4th already, that goes all the way to August 28th, you should look out for are Attack on Titan XR Ride, Detective Conan The World, also Hunter x Hunter The Real 4Ds. Back to our tips. Number 5, Single Rider. Certain rides in the park allow the single rider option. Of course, it's always fun to sit next to your friends on a roller coaster and scream together, but if you don't mind sitting alone, you can save up to 1 or 2 or 3 hours of your precious time. Because for one ride, I opted for the single rider option, and I waited only for 15 minutes instead of the normal 2 hours. Sometimes you don't even have to wait at all. They usually have a sign that tells you how long single rider will take and how long the normal line will take. Back to our journey. Next, we went to the Minions area. Minions are still quite popular, so we had to wait about 20 to 25 minutes for the Minion Simulator. It was pretty fun, a little bit dizzy. After that, we went to the Minions Freeze Race Sliders, which is kind of like a bumper car ride, mostly for kids. We didn't even have to wait for that one. If you are a thrill seeker, I definitely recommend the Flying Dinosaur roller coaster. They offer the single rider option. They said it's around 25 minutes, but only took 10 minutes, which is a pleasant surprise. Otherwise, you'd have to wait for over an hour. Feels like a dinosaur is throwing you in a hole. Very fun and exciting. Another must-try is the Hollywood Dream, which is next to the Harry Potter area. It's a high-speed roller coaster where you listen to songs. It's fast, you view beautiful scenery, super fun. We also took the single rider option, which saved a lot of time. You can also try the Hollywood Dream Backdrop, which is a roller coaster that goes backwards, and the Flight of Hippogriff, that's Hagrid's pet. This is a guide dog, which is super sweet. Now we're at the Spider-Man souvenir shop because we just experienced the Spider-Man simulator, which is always fun. A lot of people ask me if it's worthwhile to get an express pass. I think for right now the answer is no because of the current situation. We still don't have a lot of tourists in Japan. The pass is quite expensive. It's a few thousand yen extra. However, if things do get back to normal, especially during the summertime on the weekend, and you do have the budget, it is worthwhile. Because it does get really crowded. Sometimes you have to wait for maybe 2-3 hours for one ride, especially the popular ones, and you'll never be able to finish the park. You have to wait that long. Hey, we spotted some wizards from Hogwarts. We didn't go to the Harry Potter area until later because it is not as popular as before. So we didn't have to wait as long. We only waited for about 20 minutes for their ride. But when it first opened, it was crazy. You had to get special tickets for a specific time to go in. Even though it is not the hot attraction anymore, it's still stunning. I'm loving the snow on the roof of the houses, especially during springtime. Back to the tips. Number 6, check out the electronic signboard. There are 2 in the park. It tells you around how long you have to wait for each ride and also the show time, so you can plan your day more efficiently.
賢い方は靴が脱げないことを確認するものよ。マスクを外すことにつながりますのでご遠慮ください。また
お客様の前だもの。
The people in the portraits are not moving, but I'm sure they move at night. Hello, Hedwig. Our advice is you don't really need to bring any food to the park. There's an overload of food and restaurants here you can try. Of course, it is a little bit more expensive, but not too bad. If you don't really have time to sit down and dine, you can always bring some snacks with you or a bottle of water or even try some butterbeer. It's a non-alcoholic drink, a little bit on the sweet side, but really nice. Number 7 is watch Neko-sawa-san's YouTube videos. She is definitely a fanatic and she goes to USJ a lot, at least a few times a week. She updates the temperature and the waiting times for all the popular rides around 3 times a week. You should also check out the USJ website, it's fantastic. They even tell you which rides are wig friendly so you don't lose your wig during one of the rides to avoid embarrassment. Here's the famous Hogwarts Express.
Can I picture me?
Yes. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
After all the excitement, it's time to go to Wonderland to chillax a little bit. Try the flying Snoopy ride. This is absolutely heaven for kids and also the child in us. Hey, who's here? Snoopy and the gang. Let's go into the world of Elmo. For the musical shows, they have plenty of seats, so you don't have to wait at all. There are a lot of very cool looking hats and hair accessories here at USJ. Japanese people love to wear the same hair accessories or hats together. After checking out all the hair accessories, we think this one is the best. It looks like a dinosaur is eating away your head. Now is a pretty good time to come to USJ because there are not a lot of tourists yet. So if you're already in Japan or able to find a way to come to Japan, definitely come to USJ.